Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to this episode of the Auto Detailing Podcast. I'm Jimbo, and today we're talking about, all-purpose cleaners, APCs, degreasers versus interior cleaners, and kind of what I've been noticing the differences are, and kind of what my newfound thought is on it. And I just always remember the saying, can't teach an old dog new tricks. And I remember one of the things that drove me the most nuts when I was starting my detailing business is hearing people say, hey, we do it this way because we've always done it this way, right? And so I'm having a little bit of one of those moments currently as I'm going down this route of developing an interior cleaner. And I started asking myself questions again of like, do I need an interior cleaner? Does the Jimbo's brand need an interior cleaner? Would it be better if I should just do an all-purpose cleaner? Is an interior cleaner kind of just a gimmick? Is it just a subset of and it's just an all-purpose cleaner, right? That's what everyone talks about is using, just use all clean or whatever the name of any all-purpose cleaner is, all-purpose cleaner usually, or all, degreaser, just use that. And to be totally honest, for pretty much my whole detailing career, that's just what I used. And I've had great success. And I've had people on my podcast like June Jones with the dealership detailing podcast way back in the day. And he talked even about things like the 722 mix, where you'd mix, 22 ounces of degreaser or diluted degreaser, and then 7 ounces of like a dressing to make a perfect combo to clean and condition a seat at the same time. And so I know that sounds crazy, but it actually works really well. But for pretty much my whole detailing career, I just used an all-purpose cleaner or a degreaser as my interior cleaner, and I would just dilute it down, and you could adjust accordingly, But as I've been trying to develop an interior cleaner for my own brand, because I think it's a really needed product in my line. I think it rounds out the line well. I think it's it's definitely more of a commodity product, but I think it is a good fit to have a little bit more reach, especially to the DIY market. I think it's a good lead into my other products, and could be a really, really beneficial thing for my line. But I've been, working hand in hand with my chemist and trying to figure out, okay, these are other all-purpose cleaners that everyone likes, or these are other interior cleaners that a lot of people like. They get recommended a lot. So what I've been doing now is buying those and using them on the details when my customers come in, and finding out things that I like and don't like about each one, including, is this one dilutable? When I dilute it, does it stop working? Does it not work? What is the pH on this? Is it harmful to nav screens? Did I already talk about the scent? Do I like the scent? I picked up one the other day. I'm going to do a YouTube video on it later, but man, the scent is horrendous and it ruins it for me. And I cannot believe that people still purchase it. It just is horrible. It's literally horrible. And so, but I check things like the pH just to make sure that it's not just an all-purpose cleaner. And that's kind of what I've come to the conclusion of is, when you're talking about interiors, you're talking about so many different surfaces. And that's what makes developing one a little bit harder, is that you're talking anywhere from wood grain to Alcantara to real leather to vegan leather or vinyl, plastics, high touch areas, low touch areas, fabrics. You have so many different surfaces, and that's why for the majority of people, we gravitate towards an all-purpose cleaner, right? But the downside to an all-purpose cleaner is that it's going to be that really high pH. So what does that mean? Not only could it be not safe for delicate surfaces, right? But it's very caustic. It's very it takes your breath away. It hurts really bad. And so the one thing that I'm really learning about with interior cleaners versus all-purpose cleaners or degreasers even is that you don't get that caustic smell. That's except for the one that I'm talking about. It wasn't caustic. It was just smelled like Brute cologne, and it was just like cheap Axe cologne. Just smelled horrible. And so what I'm learning is that actually you can develop a really nice interior cleaner that doesn't ruin delicate surfaces and actually is pleasant to work with. And that's a whole nother thing that I look for, especially in my line and for other product lines, other product brands that I use, is that the user experience for that person using that product has to be a 10 out of 10. Right? So that's why I like things like tough as shell, can't streak. Yes, it needs to be durable, it needs to be all that, but it cannot streak. That's like the number one thing, right? Because that ruins the user experience. The good sprayer is part of the user experience. The nice bottle is part of the user experience. The design on the label is part of the user experience. All these little things are all part of the user experience, which is all part of how well that product is actually going to work. And so the one thing that I've noticed using all-purpose cleaners a lot is that sometimes they don't remove the stain, they will actually yellow a stain. They will trade places. They will lessen the stain a little bit, but the stain stays there, and then it actually becomes yellow because they don't have any like carpet brighteners in that product. So what I found myself having to do is then follow up with another product. Again, with an all-purpose cleaner, another risk that you run is that a lot of times you want to flush that chemical out of the surface by pressure washing it or extracting or something, because that residue of the all-purpose cleaner left in the carpet can actually attract more dirt and more debris and make it worse. And so one thing that I'm really working hard on, and I have a video coming out on, or maybe it already came out in the video, but the interior cleaner that I'm working on actually repels stains. It doesn't work as an interior coating at all, but like when I compared it on a dashboard 50-50 with just a dry towel wipe and then a wipe with my product that I'm working on, it attracted less dust. It was more anti-static, I guess that would be. And then on a few areas, high-touch areas, it took longer for the buildup to come onto that area. So that is a major difference. I know it seems slight, and I hope to talk about it more, but or be able to explain it better, I guess it would be. But the fact of, a massive difference between an all-purpose cleaner or degreaser and an interior cleaner would be that it actually doesn't attract more dirt, and it actually repels dirt a little bit. So it makes it easier to clean on the next go. That's actually a new part of the raw material in the cleaner that I'm working on, is that it makes it easier to clean that surface the next time around, because it's not attracting the dirt, it's not attracting the dust, it's not attracting the dirt and grime, it's actually repelling it a little bit. Again, not an interior coating. It's not going to be a cleaner and coating in one. But again, I like a matte finish. I don't like high shine. I think the products, and I've tried a couple of them, and again, I'll have more videos coming out on comparing interior products, but a couple of them that I've seen and tried, they leave some sort of sheen behind, and that can be good in some situations and really bad in other situations. So I happen to do a lot of Teslas, but also, with Tesla, I noticed that those cleaners or interior detailers or protectants or whatever that have that shine really get streaky on Teslas, really bad. And they get streaky on wood grain, and they get streaky in all the places that you don't want it to get streaky, right? And so I do not want any shine to my product. I want it to be a really solid cleaner, and I want it to leave behind a matte factory finish. So that's what I'm working on. But I just had that epiphany this morning of like, man, should I just do an all-purpose cleaner? I think that might be a better fit, right? And then I started thinking about all the ways that all-purpose cleaners actually don't fit, and how all-purpose cleaners are actually very caustic. I don't like that. I don't like that smell. What is that doing to your lungs, right? And so, again, just trying to teach an old dog who's been in the industry for a long time some new tricks. And I'm just kind of what I've talked about before, and how I developed a super soaper is just take the industry norms and just really think about it and go, does it have to be that way? Are you sure? Are you sure? And that's exactly how I came to this conclusion today of like, no, an all-purpose cleaner is not the way to go to clean your interiors. Let's do a specific interior cleaner that has specific ingredients inside of it for interior materials that can not only clean it but can protect it, and then let's do it in a very pleasant way, and let's do it in a way that's not harmful to us or the materials in the interior of a car, because the last thing you want to do is prematurely age the fabrics or materials in your car. You don't want the wood grain to wear out faster than it needs to. It already gets touched a lot. You don't want to wear it out even faster, right? That would be bad for you. That'd be bad for your client. That'd be bad for everyone. So with that, if you want to see the development of this interior product, I already have 2 videos out on it. I have multiple more videos coming out where I'm comparing and just trying out other already branded in the market products. You can follow along on the YouTube channel. Just hit the big red subscribe button. And yeah, you can follow along. This product that I'm developing isn't available for sale yet. It's just in development. I'm just trying to showcase the development that it takes and what it takes to develop a product, just like I did with the Super Soaper. And so if you want to check out any of my other products that I have developed here on YouTube and have showcased here on YouTube and through the podcast, you could go to jimbosdetailing.com. If you spend $100 and use code FIRST, you get a free massive drying towel. That's a $30 value. It's like getting $30 off, 30% off rather, or $30. Same thing if you spend 100. And so, yeah, you can head over to jimbosdetailing.com. Also, all the Jimbo's Detailing products are up on Amazon as well. So for your buying convenience, either Amazon or jimbosdetailing.com. But those are my thoughts around all-purpose cleaners versus interior cleaners. I almost want to say interior detailers. But yeah, make sure you subscribe for more, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for listening. See ya.